First hard fact of the day, 37 confirmed COVID cases yesterday. 37. That's 2 more cases than yesterday, but it's still a very, very, very low number. And only 6 states recorded new cases, just like yesterday. But COVID is not over. I mean, yesterday we talked about how India was celebrating the end of COVID, and then suddenly, whoosh, a massive wave. So I beg, don't stop taking your precautions, limit your movement. And when you must go out to work or to buy essentials, you have to wear a mask and keep your distance from people, and wash and sanitize your hands as often as possible. These are basic hygiene procedures, right? Or, I don't know, tips, things that you should be doing anyway, so just do it and be safe. But today, what I have for you is hard facts, starting with the big 3. Let's talk about Okada riders allegedly getting violent in Lagos yesterday. And then let's talk about the Niger State Governor lamenting insecurity there. And then we'll talk about the Greenfield Hostage Crisis in Kaduna. Now, remember, you can talk to us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. We're streaming live on Twitter today. Twitter and YouTube. That's what we're streaming live today. I've got footage to show you. So I would recommend that you watch us on Twitter and YouTube today. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Twitter, Nigeria Info FM as well. Community You Report today, Chukwudi will bring you amazing stories from your community. And then on the big hard fact, we'll talk some more about insecurity. Nigeria is facing multiple security threats simultaneously. I'm going to have 2 security experts with me to talk about the root causes, to talk about government's current strategy, and also to talk about what needs to change. News updates will come your way at the top of every hour. You need to listen to every minute if you want to win on Just a Minute today. And then after the news at 6:15, I'll hand you over to Rufai for conversations with Rufai right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
This is the Big 3.
The Big 3 on Hard Facts
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Are transport unions in Lagos especially violent? Transport unions in Lagos, are they especially violent? Can security be restored to Niger State? And should Governor El Rufai negotiate for the release of the Greenfield hostages? That's a very important question, because you remember all the things that we've said at some point or the other about negotiating with terrorists, right? So should Governor El Rufai negotiate for the release of the Greenfield students? There are no easy answers there. But we'll get into these stories, starting with yesterday's violent clashes in Lekki and Iyanoba. On the Morning Crossfire today, Sheriff interviewed the police public relations officer Muyiwa Adejobi and asked him what was behind the violence. Now, if you're watching us on Twitter, like I said, or on what's the word now? YouTube, you can see some of the violence that happened yesterday. But if you cannot watch, you can simply listen to what CSP Muyiwa said about the attacks in Lekki and Iyanoba.
Good morning, Lagosians. Good morning, everybody. My name is Muyiwa Adejobi. I speak for the police in Lagos. Well, yesterday, some Okada riders they had issues with their mother transport unions. That is, the mother transport unions, they are the major, either NURTW or roads. They control Okada operations in Lagos.
Okay.
So there was an increment in tariff for them. I think from 100 naira to 400 naira. And this didn't go well with them. So they came out to a sort of, I would say protest, but they came out to show their grievances against the decision of the mother unions. So they came out, and immediately we noticed this. We were there to suppress the agitation so that the thing will not go. It was quite unfortunate that our people wanted to turn it to ethnic clash. And the The rumor was everywhere that Yoruba versus Hausa, and immediately we came out because issues like that are very, very, very sensitive.
That's
so
right.
Our brothers in the north will not go and face what you are facing on any brother here. There's no ethnic coloration at all whatsoever. It's just purely Okada, and it's between Okada riders, not between Okada riders and another group of Okada riders. No, it's just Okada riders versus the mother unions that control the activity, increasing the fee, getting problem, and that is just situation. But our people started raising unnecessary alarm, giving wrong information, and being mischievous about the incident. So there's no ethnic clash yesterday. It's just purely transport union palaver, and we were able to suppress that. We are still on because the Commissioner of Police Lagos State, Akim Udumus, was the area commander to look for the leaders of this warring crews.
Right.
So that will start police actions from there and see what we can do about it.
You know, Mr. Muyiwa, what got a lot of people disturbed yesterday was the fact that these riders, I don't know if we should use rider for them or hoodlums, they started attacking personal properties of people. I don't know if you saw the video. I saw a video of where they were attacking very close to Lasu Gate, cars parked in front of the school and all of that. What do we call that?
Well, I don't want to base my discussion on behalf of the command on the viral videos. I expect the area commander to forward the report to the office of the Commissioner of Police. So when we see the report, so that we will not go and have misperception about the whole issue. Basically, you can't decide or you can't base your judgment on what you see on social media. It could be dangerous.
That's right.
My
That's right.
experience so far.
That's right.
But
That's
the fact is, let the air commander who was dispatched to that place, who was supposed to be on ground, of course, based on the directive of the Commissioner of Police, should be able to give us the accurate account of what actually happened, whether there are damages and the likes. So let's wait for him. I'm sure the command is still coming up with another statement on that, because definitely we are going to look into it so that we address the issues, because I'm sure we're going to have complaints from members of the public. If there was attacks, people will come up to lodge complaints, and from there we are going to start our own investigation. So don't let us preempt what will come from there. Let's wait for the report of the area commander. That's area commander area Festac, who controls the whole area from Yanoiba, Alaba, Rago, Ojo. Even Festac, he has more than 9 or 10 divisions under him. So we are on it. We go to work on the black and white report from the office of the area commander.
Would you say it's safe now for residents of that area to go about their normal work?
No, it's very safe. We have our men there, and we are keeping them at bay, the hoodlums or the so-called boys. Because that's why we always don't want people to come out to do any sort of protest in Lagos. Any slightest demonstration protest like this, even with your genuine intention, to be attacked by these boys, because these boys are always everywhere to look for what to capitalize on and cause problems. Even the Okada rider had genuine protests just to show grievances. I wouldn't know if it is true that there were property destroyed. Why must we go and destroy people's property? If you have the grievance against somebody, you must have your target. Face your target and deal with your target. And that's why we don't want protests in Lagos, because innocent people are always going to receive the largest portion of the blow if there's any slightest protest in Lagos. Like what happened yesterday.
Were you informed before the protest? Was the police informed before the protest yesterday?
Sorry to say, kind of people would they even inform anybody? Did they even know anything about procedure? It's just quite unfortunate. Well, it just came up, and we were in a meeting yesterday discussing the threat analysis in Lagos generally, and somebody just called our control room that go to your number, that's a problem. And we started monitoring from there. From Yanova, the thing extended to Alabarago, Alabarago to Ilembe Awusa, And again, they said they're not in Ojo. Last, the thing started spreading like a matan fire up and down. So it's always like that in Lagos. Any slightest thing is going to be a spontaneous reaction, and we are always mindful of this. So we have enough men in this transit monitoring, and the leaders of these concerned or warring parties will be summoned so that we can start our police action from there.
Right, indeed. Now let's come to Lekki. What can you tell us about what happened in Lekki yesterday?
Lekki is just an act of lawlessness because Ekiti of our local government, particularly Lekki, falls under those restricted areas where the Lagos State Government has banned Okada operations. And there are laws in the land. It's just to enforce that Okadas must not operate in this, must not operate in this. So the police and the task force, Lagos State Task Force, always go around to arrest, to contravene some of these Okada riders.
Right.
And even yesterday, the police men from Morocco division are not even going on operation to arrest on Okada or to contravene any Okada. But because of their various previous activities of arresting, contravening them,
right,
the way they cited them, they threw caution to the wind and started attacking the police. And immediately the DPO called for reinforcement. We went to the place and we gave them very hot cheese. We neutralized the violent activities of the Okada riders in that place. We were able to arrest some of them, and we contravened about 31 Okadas. And we would not allow any act of lawlessness in any part of the country. The Lagos State Transport Sector Reform Law of 2018 has stated how we operate, how we do transport business in Lagos.
Right.
It's just for us to have lawlessness, maintenance of law and order across the length and breadth of Lagos State. And the police, we don't make laws. We only enforce the law.
That's right.
So any law being passed to us, any bill passed to law, any legislation, any act will be duly enforced in Lagos State. And that is just the truth. I will not allow any lawlessness. We continue to arrest if they violate, but we do it within the ambit of the law.
Was any of your men hurt yesterday?
No, not at all. Not at all. I sent out a release yesterday to debunk. That was a video.
Okay.
That was a video that went viral yesterday.
Okay.
Somebody was raising alarm. They're attacking police. They are doing this. They did not attack police in Lekki.
Okay.
They did not. They didn't attack police in Lekki. They did not. The guy just did the video. In fact, we are going to trace the originator of the video because it's high time we started nipping certain things in the board. Because
Right.
somebody tomorrow will just raise another alarm again that they have killed so person, they have done this. That is a big lie. Not a single police was attacked in Lekki Phase 1 toll gate yesterday. No.
Indeed.
So you heard from the police PRO. He said both clashes involved Okada riders. It wasn't an ethnic clash or anything like that. One was an Okada union protest that got out of control. The other was an attempt to resist arrest for riding in a prohibited area. By the way, Nigeria Info is reporting that the police actually succeeded in impounding some of the bikes in Lekki. But we can move away from that general conversation and focus on the transport unions. This is not the first time that we've heard that the Okada unions were allegedly involved in some kind of fight. And it's not just them. A few weeks ago, remember that you and I kept talking again and again about NURTW, RTEAN, and how they were fighting over parking space in a bus park. We heard lots of stories like that over the years about transport unions, and I'm asking yet again what I was asking before I went on my leave. Why are these types of union inherently more violent? Are they inherently more violent, or do they just attract more attention when they do get violent? Why does it seem like when they have a disagreement, it often ends with fists? 0700-993-993-993 or 700-993-993-993. What do you think about the police saying that yesterday's violence has nothing to do with ethnicity, had nothing to do with anybody attacking the police. No police officers were attacked. Everybody's just fine. What do you think about what they had to say about yesterday's violence? And what do you think about transport unions? Why do you think that they are often getting implicated in street violence? 0700-993-993-993. For women, the number is 01465 7190. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's 20 minutes past 3 and Kingsley's in Ikorodu today. Hello, Kingsley. Thanks for calling us. Hello, Kingsley.
Hello?
Thanks for calling.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It happens that I'm also a rider.
Okay.
I'm also a bike rider.
Fantastic.
So all these, what they call them, union people. They are all these stouts. They are abos. So whenever they come out, they don't do things easily. They just overreact. Even their leaders are involved. All these people are former courtists that they put there. None of them are educated. None of them, they don't even know anything about the law. They will just come and do things the way they want to do things and get everybody annoyed. In fact, if you meet them, you just get annoyed. And if I'm even going towards them, if I really see them from I'm already getting angry.
How much do you pay? How much do you pay in union fees?
They pay 500 naira. And it's from one point to the location to another point, another location, you also pay another 500 naira again. It's so annoying. The amount to go in the ticket is just 200 naira. Some ticket is 100 naira, but they will charge you 600. They will charge you 600 naira for what? So
How much do you make daily?
Daily, how much can we make daily? I make 1,000 naira or 5 in a day, and you have to buy fuel. You have to repair the bike.
And still pay 600 naira in union fees. Oh, unfortunately, Kingsley's call has dropped off. But thank you very much for calling, Kingsley. Olayemi is in Aja. Hello, Olayemi.
Hey, Sandra, welcome.
Thank you.
Long time. This.
Welcome.
Yeah. The problem of this Okada issue. Let me tell you the truth. You know me very well. I'm the policeman that we normally talk.
Oh, okay. Oga, how now?
We thank God. Long time.
Yes, long time.
I must tell you the truth that Lagos State are the problem of this Okada issue.
Okay.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
I told you I have worked with government officials. So many of them. Do you know why they are the cause?
Why?
If you ban Okada for Badagry Express, then Lagos State, they are selling it at Yanoba bus stop to Okada people. Who does that? You say you ban Okada. You banned Okada. Then you are selling Lagos State tickets for Okada. Your local government council people, they have. If you see that Badagry Express in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, full of local government workers arresting Okada, collecting money for radar card. Who does that? Is the local government not working order the Lagos State? Are you now telling me that the Lagos State are not aware that the council people are extorting money from people? All the name of radar card. This one, government of Padi they are doing. If you see what is happening at that your number, I do ride Okada come office because of all those embarrassments. I sold my Okada away. I don't need any about. Agbe will stop people tell say go tell Tinubu say you no go pay for tickets. I look at I say I don't want to be provoked. I don't want to embarrass anybody because I want to do my job. When I retire, people will welcome me to the community. Sure you get. We should tell ourselves the truth. Solely in this country, in this part of the world, the truth is bitter in our ear. You say you buy Okada for Badagry Express. Then today, some policemen they buy Okada give people for higher purchase.
Okay.
You buy Okada, then they are paying for tickets. Who is deceiving who? We should not deceive ourselves, Jare, I beg. Sandra, until when I go see you one-on-one, I beg.
Paul, thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. What's your name?
My name is Matilda.
Hi, Matilda. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah. Thank you, dear. I had the police
PRO.
This man talking there.
Yes.
Actually, it's not that. He was saying that in Lagos they are not going to accommodate any violence something.
Yeah.
This thing happens to me. My son was driving driving me last week Wednesday at Ojota. It has happened to me twice. These boys, I don't know what they call them, whether they call them, they don't have any job to do.
Okay.
They close the gates that we have to drive towards, what you call this, the Ibadan. We are going towards Ijebu side. And they were there in the corner there, and they started bashing the car, taking windscreen, pushing, taking the handle up. They nearly killed us that day. And it has happened to me on top of that bridge a week before then.
Okay.
So there was not a single policeman around there. So what are they saying that there is no? They don't allow people to work. They knew that this thing is happening, and he told me that it has happened to him 3 times on that bridge. Hello, are you with me?
I'm with you. I'm listening. Yeah.
Oh, so it has happened to him there about 3 occasions on that bridge. One early in the morning, around 6 o'clock, coming to pick me from Ijebu back to Lagos. It's happened, and it happens twice in my own face. I was shaking and screaming. They want money, so I have to be looking for my bag. Just took 1,000 naira. It has, twice in 2 weeks. And also that place is notorious, that people knows, and the police knows that they were there. There were more than 20 of them.
That's the union people, huh?
I don't know what they are. They are not union people. I think maybe stars or some. I don't know what they call them.
All right, we need to take a break, unfortunately, but thank you very much for calling into the show. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is the Big Three. We'll bring you our second story that takes us to Niger State, and then our final story that takes you all the way to Kaduna State, where Governor El-Rufai has a tough decision to make.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hey, Ali. How are you?
Tired, Shadi. My bank is bashing my head with charges.
Have I not shown you how to break free from sufferhead banking?
Is it that kudo something?
Kuda, Ali. It's Kuda.
That one, Kuda. Are they even safe?
Hey, where do I start? They don't charge me account or card maintenance fees.
My bank has even charged for a debit card I don't have.
My Kuda card was free and delivered to my house free. I have never paid a naira for owning this card.
What about transfers?
Kuda will give you 25 free transfers to other banks every single month for the rest of your life.
You're right, Sha. Shadi. Is your hotspot on?
Better use your own data.
Shadi. Kuda Microfinance Bank gives you an account with free transfers, a free card, and 0 ridiculous fees. Break free now. Get Kuda on Google Play or the App Store now and open a full bank account in a few minutes. Kuda, the bank of the free.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Yes, you'll still be able to share your thoughts about the second story, but let me take you to Niger State, where the governor says that if we want to stop Boko Haram, it's now or never. That's what he says. He says, if we want to stop Boko Haram, it is now or never. His name is Abubakar Sani Bello, and he made this very impassioned statement yesterday. Very impassioned plea yesterday after some parts of his state fell to Boko Haram fighters. If you're watching us on Twitter or YouTube, you can actually see that interview for yourself, right? So this happened yesterday when some of his community members had to flee for their lives, right? Now, of course, if you cannot watch, we have the audio right here for you.
The situation is critical and it's terrible. Last night, we had over 3,000 people here from communities that have been displaced by bandits and Boko Haram elements around Munya and Shiro local governments. However, some of them have started going back to their various homes, and there are some other communities that we think are safe, they can go back. But the vast majority of them will have to remain here because their towns have been taken over by bandits and Boko Haram elements. Their wives have been seized from them. Their wives have been forcefully attached to Boko Haram members elements. In fact, I just heard they've already placed their flag in Kauri, so which means they've taken over the territory. And this is what I've been engaging the federal government with. And unfortunately, it has now gotten to this stage that if care is not taken, nobody, not even Abuja, is safe. We have been saying this for long. We've been saying this, and all efforts have been in vain. I hope with the outcome of these banditry activities and terrorist activities, I hope the time has come now to see reasons for a very coordinated military action to take place so that we displace. The Boko Haram elements are trying to use these areas as their home, just like they did in Sambisa. Well, Sambisa is hundreds of kilometers away from Abuja, but Kaure is less than 2 hours drive to Abuja, so nobody is safe anymore. Not even Abuja is safe. So this is the time to act. But everybody, all hands must be on deck. All hands must be on deck. It's not for Niger State alone, no. It's for everybody to act. We have made all the efforts we need to do, and we have done it. We have tried our best. I am confirming that we have Boko Haram elements in Niger State around Kauri. They've taken over the territory. They've installed their flag. I'm confirming that now. They've taken over the wives of people by force.
Really chilling words from the Niger State Governor. Over 3,000 people displaced in one day, towns taken over, flags planted, women taken as sex slaves. We're going to continue this conversation at 5 p.m. on The Big Hard Fact, by the way, and we're going to have 2 security experts on the show. But Governor Bello is making the point over and over that now nobody is safe. It's not just a Niger State problem. He says that if the terrorists manage to get a base in Kauri, they will only be a 2-hour drive away from Abuja, the capital, where the president lives, where the president works, where the National Assembly is, where the Supreme Court is. Now, the first question is, how did it get this bad? Bello claims that he's been raising the alarm and trying to appeal to the federal government, but nothing has happened. If you remember back in February, you had the Kagara boys' abduction there. And according to SBM intelligence, between January last year and February of this year, at least 301 people were killed in 73 violent incidents across the state. Basically, you have these armed terror groups ravaging the state, demanding protection money from farmers, kidnapping people for ransom. Then you also have reports of militias protecting herders, attacking farmers in the state. And Niger State is a very large place, lots of ungoverned spaces. So basically, these terrorists and militias are able to operate and get away from the army or the police. And they've been doing that for months and years while making money from theft and extortion and abduction. And they use that money to buy more weapons and hire more goons. And now they're able to take over large territory a couple of hours from the federal capital. I didn't say it myself. The governor, the chief security officer of the state, is the one raising the alarm. You heard him. You watched him. If you're watching us live on YouTube at the moment or Twitter, Nigeria Info FM, you're still seeing footage of the governor speaking. So it brings us to the second question, how do we stop them? Governor Bello says that there needs to be, quote, coordinated military action. So does that mean that before now there hasn't been coordinated military action? I mean, Niger State has been in the news since February now, at least. So assuming Governor Bello is right, how come the military hasn't been able to coordinate its activities there and flush out these bad guys? It's 3:34 Lagos. What do you think about this lamentation of the governor of Niger State, Governor Bello, Governor Sani Bello? What do you think about terrorists taking Kaure and raising their flag? What needs to be done here? 0700-993-993-993. 01465-7190. That's our number for female callers. Our number for male callers, 0700-993-993-993. 0700-993-993-993. Yes, you can still talk about the clashes that happened here in Lagos between Okada and NURTW, the violent clash yesterday. You can still talk about that if you want to, or you can simply talk about the Niger State Governor lamenting insecurity in Niger State. Samuel is in Badagry. Hello, Samuel.
Yes, Sandra.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, Sandra, I want to talk quickly on the two subjects.
Yes, go ahead.
Of matter.
Go ahead.
Now, number one for Okada and National Union people. Now, Okada collect Anki permit. Okada collect rider's license, rider's card. Okada collect ticket every day. Now, National Union people collect. The money Union people collect, is it going to Lagos State Government? That's good of thought. We have not started. Terrorism is still coming.
Hello, Samuel? Oh, no. Samuel says we've not started. Terrorism is still coming. I do hope not. 99.3, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Just Lokoye.
Welcome.
See, concerning terrorism, the government are gaining from it. I can say that they are gaining from it. And look at the way these military are doing. If it is IPOB people doing this, you will know that they can crush IPOB, but they cannot crush the people from their own side. I don't understand though. It's like we are sleeping and this thing will get out of hand. Look at the last caller. He said this is not terrorism. It has not started. Honestly, it will get out of hand. And God will just help us when we see 2023. The way the things, the things going on now, it is God that can save us. If this man called president, that is calling himself the president, is still there to 2023, I think these people will destroy Nigeria.
Let's hope not. I don't think anyone's going to destroy Nigeria just yet. I mean, we have the president telling the bandits that they are on their last warning. You have the president saying that, he's able to crush them, So, I mean, it sounds to me like the president and the presidency knows what to do, but perhaps they've been hesitant to do it, But it does look like things are getting to the point where they will have to do it, whether or not they want to or not. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thanks for calling. What's your name?
My name is Benedict.
Welcome, Benedict.
The issue on ground, we should not deceive ourselves. We don't have a president. Anybody that is in Nassau Rock, let the person resign. That is just the truth. If not, menace will catch up with all of us. No one is safe. Let's stop deceiving ourselves.
All right. Thank you very much. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, President Sandra.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
This is Mrs. Oguchi from Ireland.
Good to have you on the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's about the insecurity in the Niger State.
Story. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The way the presidency is handling the issue of security in Nigeria, the Boko Haram issue and the bandits, it will never stop during his tenure. I bet you, it will never stop because he has soft spot for them. Sheikh Gumi is dining and whining with the bandits. He was left alone. The Pantami, the minister, his ideology, Nigerians have been calling for him to resign, for the president to relieve him from his duty. The presidency came out and said that it will not happen. The Boko Haram members that we are caught, that they say that they are repentant or whatever Boko Haram, they are being integrated into the army. How do you think Boko Haram will stop, President Sandra? How do you think all this insecurity will stop? It will never stop because he has soft spot for them. His ideology about them is different. It will never stop. Just mark it that one woman and said so. It is not unless.
Oh no, unfortunately her connection has dropped off. Now let's go quickly to WhatsApp and then go to Kaduna State where Governor El Rufai has a tough decision in front of him. We've got a message here. You see the reason why social media most times contributes to the problems we have in this country? I saw the video that man shared saying Hausa people are attacking the Yorubas. Imagine if some of the Yorubas believed it and started to kill Hausa people on the streets. Sandra, may God help us. Well, we thank God that security operatives were able to get there on time, and they were also able to get on Nigeria Info because they know that all of Lagos listens to Nigeria Info. So they got on here and they told us what was really the truth. So you can go ahead and tell that to everybody who thought different. Sandra, in any civilized country with such support and statements in the past, there's no way Pantami would have been cleared. We're not talking about Pantami today, Shao, but thank you very much for joining in the conversation. On the killings in different parts of the country, it goes to tell you that any government that cannot secure lives and property and perpetually allows blood to be shed with impunity simply needs to throw in the towel. It's like salt that has lost its saltiness. If it is of no more use and should be thrown away. What is a Nigerian life worth? What premium do the authorities put on the life of a Nigerian? To put it bluntly, insecurity has emerged as the biggest problem confronting Nigeria today, and the country cannot pretend as if all is well. Chukwudi Urapa sent that message. Thank you very much for your message. Opweke Inde says, NURTW and Okada riders are husband and wife. They are the instrument being used by the politicians. It's high time the governor bans bikes, because if the governor fails to, because of one man's ambition, Mr. Governor, if heaven falls, no one will be spared in the entire South. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your message. Femi from Ikotun says, does this government look like a serious one to you? You just mentioned now that the president said that he has given bandits last warning. What will now happen to the lives these people have killed and displaced? Okay. Let's see. We've got a lot of comments on WhatsApp. Maya from Ajah says, Sandra, good afternoon. In as much as NURTW is naturally notoriously violent in their actions, there's a natural rift between the Okada riders and the unions. If you look at majority of the bikers, they're mostly northerners, while the union are majorly Yoruba. So it's a very volatile situation where any disagreement escalates to ethnic coloration. It is the learned people that specify the narrative as bike versus NURTW. The average Nigerian on the street knows it as Yoruba versus Hausa, and that is a serious problem. Whether you accept it for radio consumption or not, the ethnic rift is instinctively there between riders and the union. I hear both parties talk in the streets and beer parlors. The ticket prices are hiked uncontrollably because they have immunity from Lagos State Government. So they exert violence on riders to pay those tickets. NURTW is a political thuggery cartel of Lagos State Government. Well, again, you started off one way but ended up saying that it really is about fares and about the riding, about NURTW. It's not about where they're from. If all of the Okada riders in Lagos were Akwa Ibom people, or they were Tiv people, or they were Biron people, or they were Abakaliki people, they will probably still have the same problems that bus riders have, the same problems that Keke Marwa riders have, right? So it's not about the tribes that the riders are from or the ethnic groups that they're from. It's about the NURTW situation in Lagos. Now let's move on to our final story. We do not pay ransom. We will not negotiate with criminals. We will not negotiate with bandits. Governor Nasser El-Rufai's words. That's our third story. The Kaduna governor was talking about the abduction of students and staff of Greenfield University last Tuesday. So far, the bodies of 5 students have been recovered. 3 last Friday and 2 more on Monday. That's why different stakeholders have been calling for him to negotiate with the kidnappers. But El-Rufai says it will never happen. He said, quote, the fact that you are carrying an AK-47 does not give you the platform to negotiate. Because if we do that, then we'll have to negotiate with every criminal in Nigeria and grant him or her amnesty. End quote. and the governor is getting mixed reactions. Both the Arewa Consultative Forum and the Southern Kaduna People's Union, SUKAPU, are criticizing the governor for not bargaining. They said, quote, "What are the federal and state governments doing to stop this human waste? Our members want to know how El Rufai, the governor of Kaduna, and Muhammadu Buhari feel about these tragic turn of events," end quote. But we have other people who say it's unfair to fault El Rufai. They say the governor is caught between a rock and a hard place and is making a tough decision. The way they see it, if El Rufai pays the ransom, every kidnapper in the state will know that if they abduct some students, they'll get paid. But if he doesn't pay, the lives of those students and staff are in the balance. So here's what we're going to do. My question to you is, what would you do? Say you were governor. So this is not the part of the show where you come and complain, oh, the Nigerian state. Pretend that you were the governor for a day. And this is up to you. You had this kind of bad choice on your desk. Which way would you go? Would you pay the money and maybe signal weakness to the enemy? Or would you let your citizens remain captive with their lives at risk while everyone calls you uncaring or unfeeling? This is up to you. Lagos, put yourself in El Rufai's shoes, in Governor El Rufai's shoes. Make the call. What would you do? Pay the ransom and, look weak for the enemy? Be the governor of Katsina and Niger and Zamfara, who you complained about that were negotiating with bandits and terrorists? Or not pay the ransom, not negotiate, and let your citizens be captive, possibly die. Be called uncaring, be called unfeeling. 01465 7190. That's our number for women. I want to hear from women who will be governors in Nigeria someday. What would you do? 01465 7190. For the men, 0700 993 993 993. 0700-993-993-993. Yes, you can still talk about our first two stories on the show today. We talked about the violent clashes that happened between NURTW and Okada yesterday. We also talked about, it happened in Lekki and Yanoba. Then we also talked about the Niger State Governor saying that if we want to stop Boko Haram, it's now or never. Olumuyiwa in Aja, hello. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Please permit me to say something before I answer your question.
Okay.
I watched the video yesterday in Lasso, and I was confused because I saw those guys, I don't want to call them hooligans, destroying all cars parked in the surrounding of Lasso. Were those Okada people and URT fighting with Lasso or what? Because I was confused. Maybe you have an answer. That one aside. If I were the governor, what will I do? They have been settled this bandit for how many years? They have been settled them. And some governor even take photographer with them. They have been settled them. If I were the governor, after I was settled them maybe 4 years ago, and remove my citizen from their hand, I will smoke all of them. I know the area. I will smoke them. I will bomb all the whole place. I will turn Sambisa Forest into a desert. So they know what to do. In conclusion, I don't want to say more. I was watching a video on Facebook just now, and I hold my heart. I was afraid what will happen in this country. Just a boy about 13 years carried 3 bottles put on the floor, chanting something in his mouth. One of the bottle was a Shina bottle, and he struck the first one on his head. Bosa, people clap. The second one, the third one, and he said, "We are ready for war." Children of 13 years in the same Nigeria speaking Yoruba, and we have government playing Ludo with our life. Good afternoon.
Olumiwa, thank you very much. Let me tell you one thing, though. I mean, I wasn't alive during the Biafra War, but I have spoken to people who lived through the war. And war is not something that anybody wants. As in, if you dey sleep, they tell you, say, they want do war. Wake up, begin cast and bind. God forbid them. You understand? Like, it should not be something that anybody prays for, prepares for, looks forward to, goes, like, not at all. At all. So wherever you see people talking about it and talking about it favorably, you need to be the voice of reason, telling them how war affects everybody, and it affects everybody terribly. Like, terribly. Bookie is in transit. Hello, Bookie.
Good afternoon, Sandra. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good.
Okay. So, on the El-Rufai case, if I were to be the governor, I would not negotiate with the terrorists, and I will not let my citizens die.
Okay.
We all know we have covert operations where you can get intel from people. These people are not ghosts; they are human beings. They have families, they have friends. We could get people to infiltrate them, find out their locations, and get the children and get your citizens rescued. Any which way, there will be casualties, but the casualties will be less. They are not even doing any at all. Yes.
All right. I think I'm going to vote for Bookie's government. Bookie, thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello. 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 All right, 99.3. Sorry about that. Call back if you can. 01465 7190. That's the number for women. 01465 7190. The number for men is 0700 993 993 993. We seem to have a problem with the phone lines. They seem to have frozen. 99.3.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
My name is Vera.
Welcome, Vera.
If I were to be El-Rufai, I will not negotiate with them because it's like rewarding evil. The money they are using to reward them, why can't they use it to strategize and do what they needed to do? This same thing happened in Ghana here. And the government, the president issued a command, and that was it. It's not that you are playing hanky-panky with people's life and say you are negotiating with them. That means you are, and it will never stop. Because if you keep rewarding them, it has become a business and it become a way of life, and they are just gambling with people's life. So if I'm El-Rufai, I will not going to negotiate with criminals. The job of the government is to deal with criminals, not negotiate with them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Deal with them. Don't negotiate with them. Kevin in transit. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah. I'm calling you on a Tuesday.
Sandra, yeah. Same Kevin. Hi.
Yeah.
All right.
Sandra, let me advise. I've advised Governor El-Rufai. We are in a precarious situation right now. There's no clear-out strategy to deal with these guys. So for now, those children that are being held, negotiate to release those children.
Okay.
2 were killed yesterday again. We cannot afford to lose our kids. I can't imagine what the parents of those children are going through now.
Right.
I just can't imagine.
Right.
Please, Governor El-Rufai, negotiate to release those kids for now. Let them go home and meet their parents.
Okay.
Who can re-strategize? Negotiating with them now does not mean that you have become weak. America do negotiate now. We have seen them now, even though they will come and tell that we don't negotiate with terrorists, but they do. Other countries, what powers? They don't negotiate with terrorists. Even they can give out thousands of Taliban to rescue an American soldier. So please, Governor El-Rufai, negotiate at this moment. By tomorrow, let us say you have negotiated to release those kids, let them go home, then go back and re-strategize. That is the only way. Because right now, no clear strategy to take these guys out. No one, no clear strategy at all. We can see what's happening. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for calling us. 99.3, hello. Hello.
Sandra.
How are you? What's your name?
Yes. My question goes to Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna.
Okay.
If his son or daughter was to be abducted, what does he negotiate? That's my question for him.
Okay. If his son or daughter were abducted, would he not negotiate? Olajide Balogun says these issues are long overdue. When the government didn't stand by its words, it will always lead to situations that we have found ourselves. We've got more comments on Facebook. This one's from Ehis Obo, who says, Sandra, more power to your elbow. A law is a law set by the government to the people it governs. Hence, laws are meant to be obeyed to the latter. But when it's disobeyed, disobeyed or contravened, then the government prosecutes defaulters. It's not as if the Lagos State government banned Okadas. No, it simply restricted Okadas, their operations on major highways and mostly used roads, which is a reasonable step taken because of the gruesome nature of Okada accidents. Okay, we'll take a few more comments after we come back from this break. Lagos, don't go away.
Do you do business in the manufacturing and industrial sector? Then this is for you. Zenith Exhibitions brings you the Equipment and Manufacturing West Africa Expo. Find the latest technology, network,
Minutes to 4. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. We've got Obo, who also says the government agencies should make enforcement a continuous thing with these Okadas, not on and off operations it normally carries out, allowing defaulters to have a field day. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Obo, for your message. Lamjol Julius says the policeman that just called hit the nail on the head. The use of these Agberos as a settlement for political gains is a gigantic doom waiting to befall Lagos State. Where in the world do we see these touts parading themselves on the streets with so much impunity without any lawful agents stopping them? Yet they keep telling us that Lagos is a mega city. Mega city indeed. Until these groups of persons are rid of the Lagos roads, there will always be clashes here in the city, as their modus operandi has left much to be desired by anyone, even I myself. God bless Nigeria. We've got Atie Louis, who says, who regulates the activities of these area boys on uniform called union workers? Why are they collecting money, revenue for government? Lagos State government has failed Lagosians. They've successfully legalized extortion. Niger State, it's sad. It's spreading like wildfire and it must be checked. Joseph Jesus says the rift between Okada riders and the union should be blamed on the union, who charges exorbitant amounts paid by the riders. We've got Budget Emmy, who says, Sandra, what I will do if I were the governor is not valid here because I am obviously not. The question is, what is the governor or the president doing to arrest this matter? If they're not going for ransom, even though they if they are not going for ransom, even though they do it behind, what else can they do to restore peace in Nigeria? All right. If you just tuned in, you're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. We told you about yesterday's violent clashes in Lekki and Yanoba. We also told you that the Niger State Governor says that if we want to stop Boko Haram, it's now or never. And then we told you that Governor Al-Rufai says they do not pay ransom, they will not negotiate with criminals, they will not negotiate with bandits. That's the story of the abduction of students and staff of Greenfield University last Tuesday. We've got 5 bodies that have been recovered so far. 3 on Friday, 2 on Monday. Different stakeholders are calling for him to negotiate with the kidnappers. El-Rufai says it will never happen. And I'm asking you, if you were in the governor's shoes, what would you do? Because on the one hand, if you pay the ransom, you perhaps signal a weakness to the enemy and you tell all the kidnappers in the vicinity it's open season. But again, if you do not pay the enemy, you have these lives put at risk. These people, parents, teachers, students who could die. What would your call be? On WhatsApp, 080-959-75805. We've got so many messages and very little time to get into all of them, but I'll do my best. Sandra, my name is Matilda. I was just talking to you. The line cut off. Oh, I'm sorry about that. As regards police saying that they will not allow lawlessness in the state, what are they doing about boys that are terrorizing motorists at Ojota Bridge and under the bridge, vandalizing vehicles if you don't give them money in time? It's very scary for people going through this situation in Lagos, especially old age ladies. The police have to do more to give Lagosians peace of mind. Quite agree with you. We've got more messages. If I am the government, I will not let it get bad before I take serious action. Be it as it may, now I will close all schools. I will step aside, allow military to take over my state, to go after them with full force. After they subdue them, I will return, stamp my feet in the ground. I will never negotiate, but use carrot and stick. Okay, well, El Rufai and his people have listened to the show, and hopefully they've gotten one or two ideas. Let's bring you business news. After the business news, we're going to bring you Community U Report. I am Sandra Ezekwesili. At 5 o'clock, we're going to talk about the security situation some more. I'll have 2 security experts on the show with me, so make sure you're here when that conversation happens.
The best of talk on the station for talk.
Nobody should just give up their 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.